The Lifestyle Show, presented by Selena Mackenzie.
Now, in a world where nearly 15 million girls are forced into marriage each year, Sonita's story is a heartbreaking but all too common reality, yet she refused to let her fate be sealed. I'm delighted to say she joins us now. Welcome to the show, Sonita Alizada.
Hi, thank you so much for having me and sharing my story.
You're very, very welcome. So, you were born in Afghanistan under the Taliban, I believe.
Yes, I was born under the Taliban regime, but we left Afghanistan when I was around 6 or 5 years old to Iran, where we thought life would be easier.
And did it not work out that way?
It was really nice for like 3 or 4 days before actually meeting people. Because then when we were out in public, everyone looked at us in a different way. And for a long time, I struggled to find friends. And on each door I knocked on, school doors, they all turned me back because I am an Afghan. So just because we were in Iran, it didn't mean that life was safe, easy. We were there in return to use the air to breathe, to be alive. We had to give away our basic rights. So we've struggled a lot, and the racism in Iran was at its peak, like what we see today. So it was very difficult for me as a child to see all of that coming, because whenever the kids in Iran, they called me dirty Afghani. I ran to my house. I washed myself so many times. It didn't matter how clean I was. Whenever I returned, they still called me dirty Afghani, because this is what they were taught, that all Afghans were dirty, all Afghans were, war-torn nation. So it was very difficult for me as a child.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. It sounds horrific. One of the basic rights for a child should be to go to school, but I believe you weren't allowed to do that.
It was my biggest dream as a child, and whenever I saw Iranian kids in their pink, white uniform, I was like crying to be in that position. So one day when I had enough money from work, I bought uniform and a school backpack, and I just followed the rest of the kids where they went. When I arrived, it was a different story. So when I couldn't find where to go, when they realized I was Afghan, they basically pushed me away, closed the door. And I sat behind the closed doors. I was crying. Then an Iranian woman, she heard me. She talked to me. I told her that I was crying because I could not learn how to read and write. So she took me to a mosque. At first, I was so devastated and so disappointed because I didn't want to learn religious stuff. And then she... when everyone was gone, after praying, she told me and the rest of the kids who were there, all undocumented Afghan refugees. She said, now we put away our religious books and we learn how to read and write. So that was the best thing that happened to me when I was in Iran. And we would close the door, which was a black door, and we would use it as a blackboard.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
What a great story. Was it because you were from Afghanistan, or was it because you were a girl that you weren't supposed to be at school?
No, because all the girls were going in school in Iran. It was mainly because I am Afghan. I had no documentation. So that was the reason.
Okay. So you had this secret education, which is fantastic, but you still had to work even as a child to help your family to live.
That was after I was working as a child labor just to help with the cost of life and living expenses. So, but it wasn't really hard as it was when I turned 16 or 17, because I had to pay for everything, school, rent, food, everything. And back then, around age 15, 16, I didn't want to ask my brothers, my mother for money, because then they would say, you're a burden. We have to marry you off. I just wanted to do whatever I could to show them that I also was able to make money and support myself.
Because I believe you were supposed to get married. They wanted you to get married when you were just 10.
Right. Around the age of 10, I was actually happy to be a bride, because everyone else around me, my friends, that was a dream that they had too. And in Afghanistan around that time, there was nothing else you could do as a girl. There was no role model. Whoever you looked to, they were brides, or they were mothers at age 10 or 12 when they were children themselves. So at that age, when everyone was giving me attention, buying me new clothing, shoes, everything that I wished to have, it was a dream for me. But then it fell through for different reasons. And at age 16, when it happened again, I was completely a different person with a different vision for my future. I didn't want to marry and have a life like my mother, who married at age 12, like my sisters who were sold into marriage, 2 of them, and my classmates who came to class with bruises on their faces whenever they said no to child marriage. And I saw my classmates disappear from class, my girlfriends disappear from class because of child marriage. So I just wanted to learn to have access to education and do music, which was my new love, my new dream, to become a rapper. Because before then, I tried everything to talk to my family, to talk to the society, people around me, but no one would listen. Everyone would say, you stop talking, let your brother speak. As you don't know anything, but your brother knows everything. So I tried everything. I tried writing poetry. I tried pop music, which was too long and kind of boring for me. Then I heard Eminem rapping.
Love Eminem.
That's when it all started.
So how did you get into it then? Because presumably you weren't allowed to take any sort of singing or music classes.
Oh, no. Not only I wasn't allowed, but I didn't have the support, financial support, to take any classes. So when I was cleaning the gym, I heard Eminem. I basically started to rap over his beat, not knowing what he was saying, but I knew what I was saying. And it felt amazing because the anger in his voice, the speed of the beat, the energy, it felt so right to me. And then I started using rap from then. And I had friends who were my biggest fans. 3 of them. I had 3 fans at the NGO, and they always supported me with whatever I wrote. Even if they were trash, they still supported me and said, keep me.
Oh, it's a fantastic story. Do you rap in English or in your mother tongue?
Mostly in Farsi, because this is how I feel the words. When I'm rapping in English, it sounds cool, but I don't feel like the core of it. I don't know how to tell you. It's, if you're speaking a second language, obviously you cannot feel the words the way you feel in your native language.
Yes.
But I do write English songs as well.
Well, I know that they're good. I've watched you on YouTube and you've got lots of followers. It's incredible. Apparently, a film crew followed you around. Was that in the USA?
That was in Iran, the second child marriage that happened. Before that, I started writing rap music. One of my first rap songs was child labor, because I was a child labor, and most of my friends, they were working as children. And I wrote a rap song for us. An Iranian filmmaker, Rukhsar Aghay Maqami, she heard the song, then she was amazed, I guess, because in Iran, you're not allowed to sing, to rap, especially to have political songs. And she was interested to know how I got the courage, which it wasn't really that courageous, because whoever was in my situation, they would have done probably the same, because we had only two options: just give up, follow the rest, or actually you could stand up for yourself, talk about what's going on, and follow your dreams. So then we met. She was like, she said, you shouldn't cut other people's movies and make a music video for yourself, because this is what I did the first time. I didn't know anything about copyright. So I stole kind of other people's videos and made a music video for myself. So she wanted to help me with the next music video. But because she got interested in my story, she stayed with me for 3 years and followed me with her camera and made the documentary Sonita, which talks about my journey from Iran to the US.
And that's where you're living now, the USA?
Right. At the moment, I don't know where I live, to be honest. And it kind of feels like, have you seen the movie The Terminal? Probably.
Yes, I have, yes.
I feel like him. I feel like I have a home, but at the same time, I don't, because of the travel ban in the U.S. And I am an Afghan with an Afghan passport. I don't know if I would be safe to return to the U.S. So I'm wandering around, mostly in Canada, and then going to the UK for 2 years in September to start my studies, my master's. So for the moment, I'm just living around the world.
And did your parents go back to Afghanistan in the end?
They were in Afghanistan when I left Iran.
Okay.
But after the fall of Afghanistan, they were at risk because of my work and because my mother was in one of my music videos.
Oh, dear.
So, yes, we managed, with the help of my friend, we managed to get them to Macedonia. And today they live in Canada, my mother, sister, brother.
So you're all close by. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Well, I know that one of your raps is called Daughters for Sale, which is the subtitle of the book. So the book is actually called Sonita and then Daughters for Sale. And it's by Sonita Alizada, who we're chatting to now. I think it's an incredible story, Sonita. People can see you rapping on YouTube and they can buy the book from our website, tre.radio. I wish you lots of luck. Maybe you'll get to meet Eminem one day. You never know.
Oh, that's my dream. Please, people, help me meet him if you can.
I tell you, if I could do it, I'd meet him myself. We'll have to get together and try and sort it.
Please.
Take care, Sonita. Thank you.
So much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.